Good afternoon. I'm Nick Kalyani. I'm the founder and CEO of Decipher, and joining me today is Morgan Weil. And today we're going to talk about composing the Hyperverse. So before we go there, let's start where we are or where we were with Web 2. So in Web 2, success has largely been driven by APIs. Developers can easily use APIs to build applications, and that's been great. There's great examples of them. If you want to do checkout, you use Stripe. If you want to do messaging, you use Twilio. You use AWS for storage, Google Maps for location. So there's all of these convenient APIs that are available. So what this did is it made Web 2 really open for developers. And that's why you see this explosive growth of apps. The one thing that APIs do also is they don't compromise security. Like with OAuth and technologies like that, it becomes very simple for developers to access APIs in a secure way. But in doing all this, what it did unlock is opportunity for millions of developers around the world, where it doesn't require more than a simple basic computer and a pipe to the internet, and you can build things easily because all the tools are available for free, and that is opportunity. So because this made application development so easy, we saw this rapid growth. And this, the way people use APIs for building apps, this is the power of composability. And that is the reason Web 2 has been so successful. Now, let's take a look at Web 3. What do we have? Well, for developers, Web 3 is extreme friction. It's high friction. The smart contracts development requires advanced skills, which are in very short supply. It's really hard to find smart contract developers. Code libraries are often broken. And this is probably due to the fact that things are innovating so fast, things are changing so fast, that there's really not enough time for people to keep things in sync. Also, developers start working on larger contracts now, and these large monolithic smart contracts tend to become insecure. It's a larger surface area, right? So you're going to have more code, and therefore more opportunities for bugs. There's no solution for smart contract discoverability. If I create a smart contract and I deploy it, I get an address, there's no way you can find it. You can't go Google it and find my contract unless it becomes super popular and then other people are sharing it. And even then you have to be wary that you're not getting some wrong scam contract or something like that. So discoverability is a huge problem. And what this has caused, all of this has together caused a problem of adoption. So why is Web 3 developer adoption very low? Well, it's all of these things combined. And what we wanted to do at Decipher is think about a solution. So what did we come up with? Well, we felt that the number of smart contract developers with advanced skills, what if we could leverage those and make it easier for those without all those advanced skills? So what we came up with is an idea that is already existing in Web 2. We wanted to create smart contract code that is very modular. You can even think of it as blockchain primitives. You want to do one thing really well. So that's the basic concept. And within those modules, we also thought what would be cool is if it was built-in discoverability through metadata, both on-chain and off-chain. So someone could go and search and say that, hey, I want to create a specific type of NFT, and boom, we see all the modules that are available for it. So one of the challenges with any kind of code, not just open source code, but especially code that is open source on the blockchain, is how do you trust it? Well, we came up with a model of community auditors, where auditors could audit that code, and if they felt that code was trustable, they could stake their tokens as a sign of confidence. This acts as an insurance layer for open source code. And then, in aggregate, what we wanted to do was essentially bring to Web3 the concept of APIs. So that's basically what we've been working on. And what we call these modules are smart modules. We have smart contracts and we have smart modules. So how does this come together? Well, essentially you can think of smart modules as smart contract building blocks, as Legos. As developers, what we wanted to do was make it possible for other developers to simply wire up different blocks in an intelligent manner and have an app. So really don't go through the hard cycle of figuring out how to write the whole contract from scratch. Just pick things that other developers who are very experienced and proficient and that has been audited, like you put those blocks together and build an app. So what this does is it allows you to build decentralized apps that are very complex. However, the development process is super simple. And that's kind of what we are shooting for, because our mission is to onboard the first 10 million Web2 developers to Web3. We are not going to get there unless it's very, very simple. So the resulting applications, if you look at the model and the fact that it's collaborative, the applications are going to be more secure than if you were to write the whole contract yourself. And this now is unleashing the power of composability in Web3. So it worked on Web2, let's make it work on Web3. We call this the Hyperverse. And it's an open, DAO-managed, decentralized marketplace for composable smart contracts, and it's blockchain agnostic. So our company is transitioning to a DAO right now because we feel like a model like this is only going to be work if it is community-owned and community-managed. So that's what the Hyperverse is about. So quick rundown on how it works. So basically, as I alluded earlier, experienced developers, they can build these smart modules. Then we have in the community registrars who will validate packages. So if the package might have a manifest, it might have metadata, etc. They validate that, and then auditors, they verify the code and they stake tokens. And that becomes a smart chain module that goes on-chain, and it's then available to everybody and it is discoverable. Now here's how this experience works for web developers. So this is for the smart contract developers, which we assume will be a smaller number. For the web developers, all they do is use common HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. That's it. They don't need to understand anything about smart contract code, and it's really that easy for them.